Let's fucking go everyone, I want you to go fucking crazy for Minecraft music. Oh, it ended. Go Picross. Picross. Bees. Wanted to say you got me into Picrossing and am very glad you did. Smile at some mommies and a lovely time making pictures.
Let me get some music going. Sure, let's go with that. Hope y'all are doing good. It's been a little bit. I talked about why and stuff, but I guess for the sake of folks what missed it, my cat passed away. We had to say goodbye to Lola, about a weekend or two ago by this point. So I haven't really been, feeling up to doing much of anything, frankly, but, hey, it is what it is, you know? I'm gonna be on vacation soon. Like, starting this weekend, basically. So I figured, hey, maybe I'll squeeze in a stream or two before then to let people know I'm still here and stuff, you know? So, here we are. I'm a little low energy today in general, which is why I said today's probably going to be a short stream. You know, I figured we could just get on into it. If you want to support, you know, subs, tips, bits, all that stuff, never mandatory, always greatly appreciated. I'm just going to be playing my own music today. I got the in-game stuff muted. I appreciate the kind words, but I frankly think I would like to not dwell on it, quite frankly. If we could maybe move on to something else. I played a bit of Picross on my own time this game, so I unlocked a lot of the puzzles. Quite a few.
Much love to you, Holly. Less than 319 moths directly at your doorstep.
Hey, thanks for the resub. So, we're getting into the sicko shit, the big ones.
Love you.
So let's do that. Hey, thanks for the subs and the resubs and stuff. I appreciate it. I'm the CEO of Picross? That's a very funny way of putting that. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I appreciate the thought. Thank you, Crystalline Twitch, for the gift subs. Much appreciated. So these are some of the bigger puzzles. I don't know if we're really going to be getting many done tonight, because I don't know how long I'm going to go for. You know, the longer ones take a bit of time, especially if you're also trying to talk during them. Which I like to do.
Who coping for so many Picrosses today? Best of
Start
puzzle
with
to
that.
you, Holly.
Hey, thank you for the resub. Much appreciated. Guess I'll wait for all of the alerts to stop happening before I start trying to talk more, instead of trying to fight over the volume.
This one makes a cool picture.
I hope so. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 9 months Fungi King.
These freak puzzles.
They're a little bit freaky. They're a little bit freaky with it. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit. I hope y'all have been doing well. I have had a bit of a stressful week. I've got stuff I need to get done before I take off for a couple of weeks.
Holly Jones.
Thank you, Ouch It's Elliot, for the 10 months. Much appreciated. Today I dealt with a bunch of auditions and inquiries related to some voice work stuff, and that was very... what's the word? Stressful, I suppose. You know, it's that sort of thing where you make something or you put something out there and you immediately feel like super fucking self-conscious about it, and how it's like not necessarily the best in the world you could have done or something like that. There was one I put in which was like, you know, for a thing that someone I know is like working on, so I got to actually get like direct feedback from them, and that was nice. But the other ones is just kind of like, oh god, I gotta sit here and wait, huh? So that's It's been a little bit fraught today, I suppose. It also didn't really help that, I had, like, a couple different things that I was trying to, like, record this week. And then also, you know, as well today. Every single time this week that I sat down to work on that kind of stuff, immediate, horrible, like, background noise getting picked up in the recording. I feel like the general thing outside circumstances like that is sending and forgetting as hard as that can be. Yeah, it's the sort of thing where I figure, like, I've got to just get used to accepting that, yeah, the fear is there. It's probably gonna be there. But you gotta get used to it in some way or another. I reckon, you know, once I, get sort of into the habit of doing that more and more, it'll eventually get a little less nerve-wracking, but, you know, the mortifying ordeal of being known and all that. Anyways, so many fucking times this week. Because we had, like, a snowstorm here, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sorry, I have to count for a second. We had, like, a snowstorm here recently, so there's been, like, you know, a lot of snowplows going by. Snowplows are large, loud vehicles that make the entire house shake, so not exactly conducive to an effective, like, recording environment. And so I was like, well, fuck it. They've done, like, all the shoveling and stuff today, or, like, the previous days. It's not snowing more today, right? Hope I'm staying warm. It's not terribly cold at the moment, and the house is very well insulated. Here's the thing, living where we live, we're extremely used to, like, very, very cold temperatures. We're good on that front. We can deal with, like, a lot of snow and a lot of cold happening. It's just sometimes it's a little inconvenient, you know? This being one of those cases. So anyways, I was like, well, the worst of it has been, you know, shoveled all out of the way and stuff, so this will probably be a good time to hunker down and try and get some of that done. And I fucking swear, every time I was just like, alright, here we go, let's do this. A fucking helicopter, flying really low, flies over the house. Or, like, the neighbors start, like, working on something outside. Or a very cute dog starts barking very loud. Or a different neighbor starts snowplowing their backyard because they hadn't done that yet. So, part of the worry was just like, oh god, you know, my fucking, like, recording environment isn't necessarily ideal. And I gotta deal with all that shit happening, but, you know, so it goes. I reckon there's a bunch of people that are, the vocally inclined in some way or another that can relate to that. Shit keeps happening, and it keeps happening loud. You know, I got good feedback about the one thing that I did get feedback about. Which has me feeling better about all the stuff I worked on overall, so that's good, I suppose. Let's see... what else can we fill in? Probably this, let's see. 4, 9, 13... Yeah, so this 13 for sure is filled in. We're not sure about the 4, though. Doing audio engineer stuff as a college class right now. Ooh, hell yeah. I know less than I ought to about, like, audio engineering and, like, audio equipment and how to fiddle with, my equipment to make it sound better, which I do need to try and get myself to learn at some point. That feels like a valuable skill to have. For someone, you know, in my line of work. It's, this for sure is filled in. But it's hard, you know?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to see the Picross. What a right, and true, and relaxing feeling.
It's true. It's true. Thank you, Medibot, for the resub. I hope you've been doing well. Let's see, what else can I film? This is the 6, this is the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. What kind of noteworthy stuff has happened to me lately that I can talk about other than, the events of today? What are my thoughts on white cheddar popcorn? It's pretty good. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good. 7, 8. Okay, so these can be filled out. Hey, thank you, Inverted Arrow, for the bits.
Hopefully all the cont bucks that were refunded to all of us will be useful for your vacation.
I don't know what a cont box is, but thank you for the bits. This song puts you into a frenzy? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard anyone say about this song. That's awesome.
I have to catch my bus home now, but hey, I hope you have fun with squares today.
Hey, I hope I have fun with squares too. Thank you, Shanghai Omai, for the resub. What is this fucking music from again? I know it's Mario Sunshine. But it's, oh, it's Peanut Park, right. That entire fucking theme park area is like a... You know how people talk about the wet, dry world negative emotional aura or whatever? I feel like Peanut Park has a rage aura. Does that make sense? People that have played Mario Sunshine, you probably know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you don't, and I'm just a fucking fool. Or a freak. That's fine, too. No, people agree. Okay. I don't even think it's necessarily that, like, the missions are, like, miserable or whatever, except for, like, maybe the fucking, you're on the roller coaster, pop the balloons one. I think that one kind of sucks dick. That's a mean thing to say about sucking dick. It sucks shit. I don't like that one. Man, one of these days. Puz and I originally wanted to do it, during the summer, and it stopped happening just because we were busy with other things, and then it got to the point of, like, actually it'd be really funny if we played the summer game not during summer, and then both of us just got really busy with other things, so we never even got around to it then, but one day we're gonna sit down and play through Mario Sunshine. It's, an interesting game I would love to revisit. And I know people feel very strongly about it on both ends of the spectrum, where they're either like, yeah, it's one of the best Mario games ever made, or they're like, yeah, it's one of the worst Mario games ever made. I don't know. I think stuff that's super polarizing like that is super interesting. I should start crossing some of these out that we know about for definitely. Am I gonna do the Aper Mario version? Nah, just normal. I know at some point Chase was talking about how he wanted to revisit that with me. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'd still love to do that if he would. Let's see. 5, 2, 1. Oh, right. Speaking of stuff that happened recently that I can talk about, so the new Destiny expansion dropped. The new expansion for Destiny 2. Feels like you just finished it. Oh, it's been, I want to say, at least a year or two by this point that we did Aper Mario. It's been a hot minute. So they put out a new expansion for Destiny 2, and I was kind of on the fence, like, oh, you know, that game seems... I like playing Destiny, and I kind of had the urge to get back to it, but I was like, I don't know if I want to drop the money on the expansion. I don't know if I want to drop extra money on, like, the the seasonal stuff, just because I don't know, I don't super grok well with live service seasonal stuff most of the time. So I was like, maybe I'll just wait and see what other people are saying about it. Anyways, the day of the expansion launches, which I guess is yesterday, I go on Twitch, and I just notice it says, "Congratulations! You've just received a free key for Destiny 2. And I'm just like, what? The fuck? Do you mean? And I was mostly confused because that's a free-to-play game now. And so I was like, okay, what is this? And I put the Steam key in, and it's like, yeah, it's the expansion, the new one, and like all the extra seasonal stuff coming out with it over the year. So it's like, all right, well, saving myself $120. So thank you for that one, Bungie, I suppose. It wasn't even like, oh, here you go, you have to stream this. It's just sometimes when you're a Twitch partner, you get like free games. And most of the times it's just been like stuff I wasn't super interested in. But they got me this. And so it's like, okay, I have this now. I haven't played it yet. I was originally gonna play it tonight with a friend, and then I woke up and I just really wasn't fucking feeling like it. So I'm gonna play that some other time. I've watched some other folks go through the campaign. I have some thoughts about its story. Which I think will be fun to talk about if I ever get to, actually playing it. But, it certainly looks like a fun thing to play at the very least. I've always thought Destiny was like a fun game to stomp around and shoot guns in, so they certainly did that good, from the looks of it. Here's a 4. There we go, that's all done. This has also got to be a 4 then. Never played Destiny, had a friend who was really into it. They dropped it the moment they realized they didn't have to pay for story stuff in Warframe. I kind of do feel that a little bit. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these would be filled in. Do we have the 9 done here? No, that would be down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then a 2. Is there a Warframe dev stream this Friday? Huh. I didn't know. I am going to be very busy on Friday, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch that. Friday and Saturday, I am very busy. Because I gotta prepare to get on an airplane. I haven't checked out the latest Warframe update just because it doesn't run super well on my computer no more, which I'm a little sad about. I mean, hey, I need to get a new computer at some point soonish anyways, but, I do want to play it more. I've had the urge lately. And they put out an update lately with, you can get a geode woman. You can get a woman who's like a cool crystal geode. And she looks really fun. Doesn't DRG have an anniversary event happening soon? I think it's happening literally today. I think today is like when it started, and it's their like 5th year anniversary. They did like a big stream about it. I didn't check it out. They also announced that they're like getting into publishing. Which, hey, good for them. And I looked at like the stuff that they showed that they were publishing. What MC track is this? I don't know what you mean by MC. This is Moo Moo Meadows from Mario Kart 8. Anyways, one of the games they showed is, it's just Vampire Survivors, but with Deep Rock Galactic dwarves. Which is really fucking funny. Everyone's realized, oh shit, top-down shooter that shoots for you, that shoots on its own. People are eating that shit up, let's make more. So I wonder what that'll be like. It kind of reminds me of... not quite the same, but like... You know, sometimes in game dev, there'll be a game that comes out that's like a breakout hit, and then everyone's like, oh shit, everyone loves this, we need to pivot and make a game that's like this now. And so, and you know, well, games take time to get made, so suddenly it's like, oh, a couple years down the line, suddenly, the entire market is flooded with MOBAs, or the entire market is flooded with MMOs, or the entire market is flooded with Battle Royale games, and it's like... by that point, people are already settled on the thing they want to play, or, they're sick of it. I wonder if that's starting to happen with, like, the sort of Survivor, the sort of Vampire Survivor type of games, but, like, those games are a much smaller scope. And so there's a much faster turnaround on them. And also, because they're much smaller things, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily feel like, alright, here's like 30 of them vying for your attention, they're all like, massive time commitment games, when it's like, no, this is just, you can pick it up and walk around and shoot and get whatever you want or whatever kind of thing. Like, they're little things, so they come out much quicker and easier, and because of that, it's like, oh, huh, there's another thing like this, and it's like $5 or whatever, cool, I'll give it a look kind of thing. Hell, I've played a couple of them. There was... what's it called? I just realized I've been forgotten to talk about, like, subs and stuff. Thank you, Combo Winter, for the 33 months. Thank you, Goblin Scratch, for the 33 months. Thank you, Not Always Carlos, for the 27 months. Thank you, Crystalline Twitch, for giving out gift subs. Much appreciated. Hang on. There was a message I saw that had interrupted my train of thought. And I try to click on it, of course, and chat scrolls away. Can't wait to see all the Pizza Tower clones in a few years. I mean, hey, if you want to be reductive about it, Pizza Tower is a Wario Land clone, and there's already plenty of Wario-likes coming out lately. That's already happening, is the thing. Pizza Tower is one of those. And it's great. I guess that's kind of different, because it's less, in that case, it's less, yeah, here's this thing that's super popular, we gotta try and capitalize on it as soon as possible. And more, hey, yeah, here's this thing from, like, years and years ago that people love. And they're not doing more like that, why don't we pay our own homage to it, kind of thing. We'll make our own damn Warriors. That's what, Tour de Pizza did. That's what, the Anton Blast team is doing. Summit Sphere, that's the name. I almost forget the name of their studio. I'm hyped as fuck for Anton Blast. I need to play more Pizza Tower, too. I don't know if I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow.
Wish you and everyone your peace and happiness. Picross. Oh yeah, Roju Putt.
Hey, thank you, Poonam Panda, for the 21-month resub. Much appreciated. I don't know if I'm gonna stream tomorrow, just because I'm probably realistically gonna be kind of busy. If I do, though, and if I have the energy, I kind of want to play more Pizza Tower, because, like, I'm not gonna be able to play that for, like, 3 months. 3 months? No, 3 weeks. I got weeks confused with months. My god, I wish I could be spending 3 months with my partner. But, I do have the urge. I do have the craving for pizza. This is a 4, so we fill that in. This is a 2, this is a 2, this is a 2, this is... 2... 13, there we go. Fill that shit in, Slimer. This is looking like Owl. This seems to me like it's Owl. I'm getting a feeling so Owl about this one. It's just Owl idea. It only Owl idea. This looks like a Game Boy with wings. What? Not really. Actually, wait, you know? I can kind of see it, actually. I can sort of see it. Thank you, Psycho Dave, for the brand new sub. Much appreciated. I'm very excited for vacation time, though. I kind of had a moment today when I was just like trying to get all my shit together and like get stuff done before I go, and realizing like, oh, I've got all this stuff I gotta do. Oh, I've got all this stuff that I'm working on right now. Oh, I'm gonna have so much stuff that we're gonna have to like hit the ground running on when I get back. I kind of sat back for a second and realized, wow, fuck, yeah, maybe I really do just need some fucking time off to actually relax instead of time that I'm taking off because I'm sick. It turns out they're very different kinds of time off. This is 11, right? Yeah, there we go. 3 and a 1. There we go. And you know, hopefully when I get back from that, I'll feel refreshed and relaxed and ready to get back to, I mean, streams, but also other stuff as well that I gotta work on. So that will be good. I kind of realized also, I don't think I've, aside from like taking like a week off to watch GDQ and stuff, whenever that happens, I don't think I've ever really given myself vacation time since I started doing this. It's always just been like, no, I'm taking like an extended break because I'm doing really bad. I think I have earned as much. You don't need to really do much of anything to earn a vacation. Let this be a lesson to anyone else out there who's self-employed. Make sure you fucking schedule vacation time for yourself. Especially if you're like me, and the job that you are self-employed with is like something that you just enjoy doing. Sometimes you forget, oh yeah, and I need time to like rest and not think about fucking work. You still need that. Don't live like me. I'm begging you. Let's see, this 2 is done, this 2 is done. This 3, this 4, this 3, this 2, this 2, this 2, this 3, and 11. Gonna go to Toronto again this year? Ooh, hell yeah. I have been meaning to plan time to go down to Toronto and visit friends and stuff there.
Even if job is a stream.
True.
Please take care of yourself.
Hey, I'm doing my best. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. I got a bunch of friends over down in Ontario that I want to come down and visit sometime. This 8, this 1. Am I going to PAX East this year? No. I quite frankly am too shy to show up at like a public convention and risk being noticed by strangers. But also, that's happening like basically right when I get back from my own fucking vacation. And so it's like, no, I don't want to spend even more money to go to that, unfortunately. Maybe someday, though. Almost halfway to having enough points to be able to redeem highlight your message so you can say hello to your friend? Rod, you can just say hi to me. You don't need to highlight your message for that. I hope you've been doing well, my friend. No 3 here. What else can we fill in? Well, the 2 would have to be here. Means this 3 goes all the way down here. And this 1 is all done. Rid of these because it's 2s. It's hard for us bitches. Oh, it is, I know. I'm bitches too, my friend.
Oh, hello, how is it going?
It's certainly going. Thank you, Seymour the Llama, for the 21-month resub. Go fill that in. Oh, cross this out. These go here, which means this 3's all done. What is this song? This is a bonus round from the Dicey Dungeons soundtrack. I'm playing my own music collection today instead of just the sort of smooth jazz listenings in this game. I thought it would be fun. Let's see, this one would have to go here. These go here. This goes here. Hey, we get an owl. So I got an achievement in this game for doing one of the Steam Workshop levels that the devs submitted. Hey, thanks for the tip.
Message to all bitches. Love and peace. And
Hell yeah. One of the I don't know if anyone else in here knows specifically about this game. There's an achievement you can get for doing one of the Steam Workshop levels that the devs submitted. And it specifically unlocks Pictotron 3000, which, let me just disable that for a second and show. So, like, you know, skull and crossbones, owl, facing sea, chicken leg. When you enable Pictotron 3000, it gives every single puzzle a different name. So you've got Mob Drop, Never Turn Your Back on the Enemy, Still Life, The Owls Are Not What They Seem. Did the Picross game make a Twin Peaks reference? I couldn't tell you. Speaking of which, actually, that's a good segue. I started watching Twin Peaks recently. Huz and I have started watching it. She's seen it before. I think maybe multiple times. This is my first time ever watching the series personally. I know some stuff about it, just like, you know, through osmosis over the years. Twin Peaks is kind of a known cultural phenomenon, so you kind of pick up a thing or two about that. But I am fucking entranced with it so far. Like, it's one of those things where you finally sit down and start looking at it and it's like, yeah, damn, I can see why so many people are really into this, huh? It's the sort of thing where, like, I already know I want to, at some point on my own time, watch through all of it again and, like, fucking take notes about it and, like, what I think about it kind of thing. It's good. It's real fucking good.
Yo.
Thank you, K-Goblin, for the 20 months. Much appreciated. We watched, like, Because it was like the Twin Peaks day recently, or the day where Dale Cooper is like, Diane, I'm here entering Twin Peaks. I'm here smoking the shit that killed Saddam, kind of thing. So we watched the first episode on that night, and then like the day after we're like, hey, let's watch some more! And then watched like 5 or 6 episodes in a row. Thank you, Archeo Angie, for the brand new sub, and thank you, Unofficially Jam, for the 33 months. Much appreciated. So I'm way into it. I'm way excited about it. I'm already like waiting for the next time we have time to like sit down and watch more of it together, which realistically, knowing how busy we both are this week is probably gonna be, like, once I've arrived over there at her place. Still need to get your partner to watch Twin Peaks with you, but they're in the Warframe zone. Hey, you ask me, I reckon the Warframe zone's a pretty good zone to be in. Are there multiple peaks in Twin Peaks? I haven't actually really noticed much in the way of specific mountains yet. I've mostly focused on the trees and the people and the... There's a lot of imagery related to, like, mechanical stuff not quite working. And, like, lights. Which I think is cool. I don't know. I don't necessarily know too much myself about, cinematography, specifically. But it's been fun to kind of, like, pick through, you know, like, different shots of it. Think about how scenes were structured. Maybe why were they structured the way they were? What could it possibly mean? Things like that. That's fun. I like doing that. This 5-bit would go here. But I then have... Yeah, then I could do the 1 and the 4 there. Yeah, Kyle MacLachlan. I haven't seen too much of his work before this, quite frankly, but I'm fucking loving the, like, stage presence he has in this. Have I had a chance to play the new Splatoon 3 update? I have not. It came out, like, what, a day or 2 ago, and I've been way too fucking busy to sit down and play it, unfortunately. I don't know when I'm next gonna be able to play Splatoon, realistically. And I'm probably bringing my Switch with me, but I can't exactly play that shit, like, on an airplane, because it's online. But I've been, you know, following the patch notes. I've been following, people data mining and talking about interesting stuff they found. I've been following, sort of people on the competitive front talking about the changes and what they think about stuff. So I haven't been, like, sitting down and playing any of it for myself, but I've been keeping up with it, at the very least. There's some neat stuff in it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross, picking cross. Oh fuck yeah. Anyway, hello Miss Holly, I am going to have mashed taters soon.
Hell yeah, enjoy taters. Thank you, Rebel Yell, for the 25 months, much appreciated. Splatoon 3 update is cruel, they cancelled your diver helmet that you were excited to wear. Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry, Rudd. That's so sad. Don't airplanes have Wi-Fi? I don't know. Usually in my experience, if they do, it costs extra. And also, I don't particularly want to play fucking Splatoon on an airplane. You know? What am I gonna do? Bump elbows with the person sitting next to me so that I can get a fucking quick shot with a sniper? No. I'm gonna be reading a book and taking a damn nap. Realistically. There was some neat stuff in the update. Read the books you lent me? Yep, that's the plan. That's I've got some sizable layovers and at least one long flight, so the plan is to tuck into a book. Anyways, what was I fucking saying? The update, right? There's some neat stuff in it. The new charger sounds really fucking good. That seems like a really fucking strong kit for Splat Charger.
Happy to be here. I absolutely loved watching the tier stream and having drunk Wayne going, Holly, you're so fucking cool. It's true.
God, that was such a funny fucking moment. I forgot about that. Oh, thank you for the resub, much appreciated. For anyone who missed it, on the the tier list stream that Wayne did recently. He got a little drunk for it. And there was a tier list that was submitted specifically because I was gonna be there, and it was about ranking the different, like, Bionicle toy lines. And I was just, like, talking about that shit from memory, and Wayne was fucking enraptured. It was so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny.
We love the Bionicles tier list.
We do. Thank you, Cat with a wooden sword, for the resub. Much appreciated. It was not the Bionicle feet tier list. It was a different one. Bionicle feet tier list was a different one. Yeah, the map changes are really funny because they were like, oh yeah, we're making changes to pre-existing maps to help deal with, like, you know, the presence of long-range weapons. They mean Crab Tank. They're specifically talking about Crab Tank. Everything they did in that fucking update was trying to indirectly nerf Crab Tank, short of actually making any numerical changes to Crab Tank itself. They are trying to nerf Crab Tank without making any nerfs to Crab Tank. And so people were like, oh, okay. So they're probably gonna add, you know, more flank routes or, like, more cover options or things like that. That'll be interesting. That'll, you know, hopefully good things will come out of that. We'll have to wait and see till the update comes out. And the update comes out and it's like, yeah, we added a lot of polls to maps. There's a lot of polls now. I haven't played any of the maps, and I don't play at, like, a high competitive level myself, so I can't rightly say if anything they added in that regard was enough.
Honestly, my favorite moment of the Bionicle tier list was when Mike went, my good friend, I know him, at one of the elder small Bionicles. Also that new Krakenult smashes me to pieces.
Thank you for the 27 months. See, there were some people when, like, you know, they announced, yeah, Kraken's back in, that were, like, losing their mind because, oh shit, Kraken. I remember that from Splatoon 1. And it was like a fucking nightmare at launch in Splatoon 1. And so what if it's a nightmare again here? And I mean, you know, on the one hand, the, like, general power level of supers and abilities and, like, just things you can do by default in, like, a neutral state in Splatoon 3 has become, like, so far and beyond what stuff was like in Splatoon 1 that, like, they maybe could have just taken Kraken as it was at launch in Splatoon 1, put it in 3, and it probably would have been on the weaker end. On the other hand, given how people reacted to Kraken at launch and how people are reacting to Crab Tank now, there was no way they were going to release it in a state where it was, like, fucking ridiculous and busted, and it wasn't. It wasn't. Like, what I have seen people say about new Kraken is things along the lines of, like, yeah, it's pretty good, to it feels cool, to it's a good panic button, to it needs some work. No one has really said, yeah, this thing is busted fucking strong, this thing is overpowered. Which I expected. I expected the response to be, yeah, it's not ridiculously overpowered. There was no way. This was always the plan. What the fuck else can I fill in here? Let's see. I could do 4, 1, 6, 2. And, like, what I've seen of Kraken is that it seems at the very least okay. Again, I haven't played it. I don't know if I would think it would need any changes or anything. But at the very least, it seems like a fun little thing, you know?
Gotta drop off. Have a good time picking Rosses. Oh yeah. Love you.
Oh, love you too, sister. Good luck with studying. Bye. And then they also added the Super Chump, where it's not really doing a lot of damage necessarily, but it's, you know, an interesting sort of idea on the whole. Yeah, here's like an area displacement special, where, you know, you've got Booyah Bomb, which is here's just a big area that gets got. You've got Tentamissiles, which is here's a whole bunch of tracking projectiles that can target people from anywhere in the map. And then you've got Super Chump, which is like, alright, here, we're putting this in this one area, and now it's a distraction, where you either just have to not be in that area for a while, or you have to work to, like, shoot down the stuff in that area, and, like, on paper, I think that's interesting. Again, I haven't played any of it myself, so I don't have much thoughts other than, yeah, this seems neat. Yeah, I've heard people talk about this kind of stuff. It's sort of interesting, though, that, just kind of, like, by the nature of what the sort of metagame is right now, Kraken is getting a little bit, from the sound of it, a little bit hard-countered by, people playing a relatively quick-shooting, short-range shooter just because, you know, you can shoot them and make them bounce away from you, kind of thing. And what are some of the most prominent weapons in, like, the higher end of the game, in the metagame right now? Quick shooting, short-range shooters. So you can just kind of, like, pitter-patter at them and they get bounced away a little bit. That said, like, the new 96 gal with, like, the splash wall, seems really fucking strong. And also it has the Kraken, which, you know, that's not necessarily you're gonna, like, break your formation, peel away from, like, your super... not super, but from your, like, farther back position, just to go, alright, I've got my super, it's time to run in, and then once it runs out, I'm way out of position. For that, it's more like an, oh fuck, I need safety button to press, and in that, it feels useful, and it has, like, an interesting place in that kit. Been wanting to chew on it, but the beloved heavy Splatling? Yeah, I feel that. Fuck, every time I pick up, one of the Splatlings, I get my shit kicked in, and then I'm just like, man, this is so fun, though. Someday I'm gonna learn how you work. Oh, the Splatlings are cool. I had a fucking round recently-ish where I was playing a sniper. Like, I was playing the default Splat Charger. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be weird, this is gonna be rough, I'm not gonna do super well. I did really good, and I was just like, what's going on? Thank you, Nissa the Witch, for the 21-month resub. Much appreciated. What else did they add? There's the Kraken Roller. And, you know, a weapon that wants to go in, like a roller. Having Kraken as sort of a safer approach, or as a panic button, seems useful enough. It feels like it really hurts not having, like, the curling bomb anymore, though. Can I do anything with this? Just because the curling bomb is really good for your approach. Otherwise, you're just kind of out in the open, or you have to hope there's already paint under there for you. But, you know, the Splat Roller is still good. If you want to play with the Kraken, that sounds like it would be good. The fucking Slosher seems really fucking good. To the point where I've seen people, like, theory crafting and, like, build crafting. And, to be fair, it's still, like, a little bit of a meme, build, but people have been sort of, like, talking about, for a while now, like, on paper, the idea of running 2 Tacticoolers in your team comp. No, this can't work. Because, you know, Tacticooler on its own. Thank you, Birdlimes, for the 29 months.
I think this one is a picture of a funny doggy.
I don't know what this is gonna be, because I can't really figure out what moves I gotta make here. Mostly because I'm focused on talking, but that's fine. That's fine. I'll probably, like, turn the stream off and then just be like, I'm gonna solve this on my own and get it, but that's okay. Anyways, so, Tacticooler, it's a special world, like, basically everyone at, like, the higher end of the game agrees, this is a really good idea. It needs a little bit of extra something, to make it, like, a really, really useful pick. And, like, I've seen people talk about, well, what could we add to this? What would be too much? What would, if we added to it, this would make it, like, overpowered and unhealthy for the game? What extra stuff could you add? Could you, like, maybe take something away from it to make it better? Because it makes you very visible. If you have Ninja Squid and then you grab a soda, no you don't. You're just visible. Through the ink. And so, you know, there's been a lot of discussion about that, but also alongside that, on paper, people have been like, okay, so, what, like, one of the universally agreed most useful things about it, is that you get quick respawn, very quick respawn, that saves your super energy. And so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, if you have one of those, then it's like, yeah, that might be useful if you get caught out. If you run more than one of those, and you specifically stagger them out, suddenly what you have is effectively a team that can play super aggressively and throw all caution to the wind and just fucking run in and go in, and if you get killed, fucking whatever, dude. You just come right back and you still have all of your super. And you can keep running in on them. You can keep fucking doing the rushdown play and blowing them up with little to no consequence for you other than, okay, for 1 or 2 seconds, you're off the map, and then for like another 2 seconds, you have to get back to the fight. It's not a lot. Thank you, Duke, for the raid. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I'm sorry if anyone came to my stream expecting jokes. No, we're talking about fucking high-level Splatoon play theory crafting.
Only a stream with jokes.
Nothing is funny here. You have to take my children's video game completely fucking seriously, or else you're banned.
Thank God.
Thank you, K Knightley, for the 17 months. Thank you, Duke, for the 34 months. Thank you, Stormy Buckets, for the 10 months. Thank you, Mythsol, for the 30 months. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So anyways, like, what you could possibly do then is... What you do is you run a team with 2 of them, so you could specifically stagger them out, and then what you do is you just play a bunch of, like, close to mid-range options. You go for the rushdown. You get in there and you beat them up, and if they beat you up, you literally come back instantly, put down Tacticooler number 2, do it all over again, and then if you die a second time, because you have that quick respawn, you come in again, and the other 2 people on your team, if they haven't used them yet, still have their supers, can still use their supers to exert pressure, and now suddenly it's like the enemy team has to win 3 staggered out fights in a row, basically. And so people are like, yeah, that's an interesting thing on paper. What are our fucking options for running Tacticooler, though? Thank you, Very Game Ollie, for the 24 months. Thank you, Sharkwaves, for the 34 months. Thank you, Chicken Chasm, for the 10 months. Thank you, Plasmirror, for the 23 months. Thank you, Glass Turf, for the 19 months. Much appreciated. So people are looking at this on paper, and they're like, alright, what do we have? We have the N-Zap. The N-Zap is a pretty good weapon. It's pretty solid. It's pretty good. It is very much helped out in its ability to be aggressive by popping Tacticooler and getting the buffs from that. It's not powerful enough that you want to run 2 or more of them. You do that, and you're kind of cutting back your team's ability to really take fights and win fights and things like that. So it's like, alright, so you probably realistically want 1 of them, but you don't want to run 2 of them. What are the other options? You've got the Dynamo Roller. And I want to preface this by saying I fucking adore the Dynamo Roller. The Dynamo Roller gets fucking destroyed by, like, all of the much stronger weapon picks in the game, because it's a roller, and so it has the problem of the roller where you have a really hard time doing the approach in front of you in, like, a safe way that lets you get in without immediately getting lit up. And also now your weapon just makes you move slower and you swing a lot slower with it. And so it's like, that's not really necessarily going to work super effectively with this type of team comp, or possibly in general, unfortunately. Poor Dynamo Roller. I love you, Dynamo Roller. And so the Dynamo Roller has the problem of it's the Dynamo Roller. Isn't Dynamo really good for one specific event in Salmon Run? No, by which I mean yes, but Dynamo Roller is really good in general in Salmon Run. Dynamo Roller fucking murders in Salmon Run. Dynamo Roller is the killer of Salmon Run. Hang on, I'm gonna go fucking look at what other weapons have Tacticooler. Just so I get my shit straight. By which I mean get my shit gay. By which I mean look up Tacticooler. What weapons have it? What fucking weapons have you? Is there a list? Here we go, sets with it. You've got the H3 Nozzle Nose, which is the weird, semi-auto burst fire shooter with a point sensor. The Nozzle Nose is kind of bobo. You've got, the Dapple Doolies, which I think are okay-ish, but also their sub-weapon is a squid beacon. And so you're kind of lacking then in the offensive power in that you don't have, like, a bomb that you can poke with. You have the squid beacon, which, again, can be okay, but with you'll have a little bit of trouble, like, you know, going for farther away pokes and stuff. Snipe Rider. Snipe Rider is, like, the weirdest fucking charger you could pick. Because if you want to pick, a charger, you usually go for any of the other ones, and then its kit is like, yeah, it has a sprinkler. Sprinkler is not really super impactful. And I feel like Snipe Rider might be a more interesting pick once it gets a second kit. And then you've got Slosher, which in its own right is a very strong, very close-range weapon. And then Slosher Nouveau comes out, and they give it Fizzy Bomb. Fizzy Bomb is one of the best bombs in the game. It is really good for the approach. It is really good for doing damage. It charges up quick. It paints real good. It covers the weaknesses of Slosher in a really, really good way. And also it gets a 180-point Tacticooler. So a lot of people are like, oh shit, what if we run Dapple Doolies and Slosher? Or what if we run NZAP and Slosher together? And now suddenly the dream is a little bit more real. I just realized I gotta go on a break. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna have a stretch, I'm gonna refill my water and stuff, get yourself a drink and a snack. When I get back, we can keep talking about this, I guess. I'll be back real soon. Okay, I'm back. Let's get back to the game. Also, give me a sec to actually sit down. So I guess this is the stream where I talk about Splatoon, but don't feel like actually playing it, so I don't actually play it. Thank you, Starry Bard, for the 23 months. Much appreciated. So I saw a couple people mention Try Slosher could be good. Try Slosher is good. You should, if you're interested in playing Bucket or like something close range, straight up, go get the Try Slosher deco. It was already like a very strong main weapon that was seeing use in like a couple different contexts in like higher level play. And now it just has like a really, really powerful sub-weapon for its kit. And also a special that could be alright. I saw a couple people talk about the new Sploosh-o-matic. I'm really sad about the new Sploosh-o-matic. For two reasons specifically. Number one, it just feels like the Tacticooler splatter shot. It just feels like the Tacticooler splatter shot. It's a short-range shooter that paints good, and does good quick damage, and has triple ink strike. What's the difference? Sploosh-o-matic has slightly better accuracy, and a slightly slower kill time, and has suction bomb instead of splat bomb. It just feels like Tacticooler splatter shot again, and we just got that. And that's reason number one. Reason number two. In one of the fucking trailers, they literally showed Sploosh-o-matic using Zipcaster as a special. The one where you get like the Spider-Man ninja scarf and you like stick to walls and stuff to get people. That would have been cool as fuck. Because Sploosh-o-matic's entire thing is that it has very good accuracy, like pinpoint perfect accuracy, even when you're in midair. And so it could have been a really interesting playstyle of just jumping around and shooting shit from midair. But they just made it Tacticooler Splattershot 2. I don't get it. I'm so sad about it. I'm straight up so sad about it. What the fuck else can I fill in here? What's my opinion on the Kraken rework? Again, I haven't played any of this myself. I haven't played any of the new stuff yet. This is just me going off of, like, what I've seen people talk about and what I've watched other people play and things like that. I like the idea of it. I'm on a wait-and-see level in regards to, like, does it need a little bit more gas? Does it need a little bit more something? Because I'm also seeing a lot of, like, for every post I see that's like, yeah, you know, if you have Object Shredder, you can just charge right into a crab tank and kill it in one shot, and also the Rider in one shot. For every post I see like that, I see 3 or 4 more of people just going, yeah, so if a Kraken is coming at you, you just jump. Or you just shoot at them with your rapid-fire shooting weapon to keep them away. There's fairly easy counterplay there, from the sounds of it. But it sounds a lot more useful on, you can jump over the dash? Yeah, if you jump up and you move to the side, You're just good. you're just fine. Sploosh got fucked over. I am so sorry to anyone out there who enjoys playing the Sploosh-o-matic, because I feel like the Sploosh-o-matic basically rarely ever gets much in the way of good kits, which is unfortunate, because the spray shooter needs a bit of help. It's like... Man, you know? It works as like kind of like a, yeah, you can play it sort of like a melee weapon, like a roller or like an ink brush, but it's like, all right, well, what do you do for the approach then? You need the curling bomb. That's the approach option, and then you get in and you shark for a bit and you blast them, and you pray that works. Let's see. I feel like there's something very obvious I'm missing here, but I don't want anyone to say anything yet. But also, I'm too enraptured talking about other stuff to really hunker down and focus on it. I feel like I got kind of lucky in that when I was like, yeah, I want to play like a fucking close range spray shooter type of thing. What do I pick? And then I kind of immediately gravitated towards the fucking Junior, which is like, yeah, by the way, the Junior is just like kind of the best of that type of shooter. The Junior is just kind of like, well, do you want to play an inaccurate super rapid fire shooter like that? That's kind of the most like effective one, just in terms of like everything it can do. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I got lucky then. It's gotta be the 9 in some way. Wait, hang on. Can I do anything? This 5. No. No, that's nothing. Ended up moving towards heavy Splatling, which is secretly a mid-range sniper. I mean, yeah, the Splatlings are meant to be, because it's like, yeah, you plant your feet and charge up, and then let loose, like, a big volley of, like, high-pressure, high-range shots. It's, as a backliner. You play that farther back. If you play it like I do, where I'm like, yeah, I got my huge gun, it's time to run in and blow people up, and forget you're playing a gun like that and get caught out and killed, it's like, oh, fuck, right, yeah. This is nothing. They're the hold back and lay down like a curtain of lead type of weapons. And that's cool, that's fun. Fun when you can go in with them, though? Yeah. Yeah. Hydra Splatling mains. There's this one person I follow, who is like an avid Hydra player, and I am like always fucking in awe of her power. That's the gun that I want to be really good with. As much as I fucking try. No, but we don't necessarily know that this is going to be the 7 or the 3. Three could be up there, it could be down here. The 7 could be somewhere completely unrelated. I don't think this little nugget here is really much of anything. Can we do anything with the 6 and the 5 here? One of these days I might just have to do like a just chatting stream where I am just chatting and don't worry about also trying to do puzzles at the same time. It's fun to do this. I like doing this. But having done just like some puzzles on my own time recently made me realize, man, yeah, you really do solve these faster. If you're not also focused on trying to hold a conversation. Weird, that. Splatoon meta is a puzzle in and of itself? I mean, yeah, I think that's a fun way of thinking about it personally, is thinking about, like, alright, so if you've got people of all, like, equal skill levels, who are all, like, playing to the best of their ability, and are, like, at the top of the possible theoretical, like, skill bracket or whatever, what, like, weapons and abilities and tactics, like, generally work out to be the most effective and most impactful. I think it's interesting to, like, you know, look at stuff and think about stuff like that. It's cool. It's cool. I think it's cool. It's puzzles. You know the people out there that are like, oh yeah, all this stuff, it's like fighting games. To me, I look at things and I'm like, yeah, all this stuff, it's like puzzles. Oh, this song's still a little loud. Let me turn it down. There we go. Wait, it's all puzzles?
Always has been.
Sounds like Magic the Gathering theory crafting. Card games is puzzles. Card games is puzzles with an element of, complete randomness that you can't always necessarily account for. Can't understand theory crafting for fighting games? I mean, that's like tier lists and labbing stuff out. I wonder if somehow what I have to do here is worry about, like, the intersections of the verticals and the horizontals specifically. A lot of learning a fighting game is repetition plus being willing to lose and examine your losses. That's a lot of competitive games in general, I feel. Not necessarily all, well, maybe all, actually, but to a certain degree, yeah. Being willing to, like, practice and then being willing to go, okay, here's something that didn't work out. Why? Let's learn from this. I would certainly argue it's a much healthier way to go about it. So I could do the 6 like that. This could be the 1 or the 2. Good fucking post, darling Demon Eclipse. I like that one. Fun to note the ways someone you know develops and the ways in which they're terrifying. Yeah, that's a fun part about learning to play games like that with your friends, isn't it? Maybe I just give up on this puzzle and go to a different one. Maybe this is just a think about this for a couple of hours on my own time type of puzzle. That's fine. Let's check out a different one. Thank you, Cleaver Bacon, for the 32 months. Much appreciated. We don't gotta do every... I mean, I gotta do every. I don't gotta do them on stream, but I do gotta do them. Legally. Legally, morally, and medically. Fill all this in. There we go. How's Picross treating me? Oh, it's going alright, I reckon. I'm having a good time of it. Hope you're doing well yourself, Duke. 2, 3, 7. You mained brush in 1. Every time I think about, every time I think about wanting to play the brush, I just think about how much it fucking hurts my finger. As you approach completion of project, how long do I want it to be? I'm gonna say, just for the sake of, like, I have to eventually go to sleep, maybe maximum 6 hours, otherwise you go fucking hog wild, my friend. Also, I don't remember if I told you, but I am going to be gone for most of March, so if you want to aim for, like, a specific date to do that, like, end of March, start of April, probably a good time for that, as, like, an earliest date. Let's see... I don't know if this one is going to be a Racerhead baby. I don't know if this one is going to be a Racerhead baby. Remains to be seen. Gonna be gone at the end of March, start of April, so early mid-April is possibly the best case. Yeah, works for me. I can't see that being an issue as, like, a general time range. I don't know why I stretched out the word issue there. One of these days I should sit down and watch Eraserhead. I don't know anything about it other than it's a David Lynch film.
Eraserhead, I hardly know her head.
Could this be anything? Our top scientists are still looking into it. Let's start doing some of these long ways connectors here. That's certainly... There's no 12 here. There's no 5 here, which means this can't be a 2 here. Okay. This can't be a 5. This can't be an 8. This can't be a 5. This can't be a 5. This can't be a 3. Could this be anything as a Soulsport message? Yeah. Tacticooler should make squid rolls and surges have more armor for longer and go farther. I try not to spend too much time theory crafting about that specific stuff myself, just because, like, I don't feel like I personally have enough experience with the game at a competitive level to really sort of rightly say, yeah, here's what I think they could add that would be good and healthy and useful for the game. I'm more interested in, like, listening to other people that do have that experience talk about what they think, sort of thing. If that makes sense. Makes your squid rolls go farther. Sounds fun on paper, but again, maybe a little bit niche. And also, more armor runs the risk of, like, okay, so now this is just like ink armor from Splatoon 2, where it's kind of just mandatory to run it. And you basically just want to run weapons that do nothing but farm for the armor, and then they go in and they rush down, which, I mean, I guess it's kind of what Tacticooler is doing already, but in a less, yeah, this is like a majorly game-defining thing type of way. If that makes any sense. I feel like I'm just kind of rambling and not quite getting to the point I want to make. There was a couple things that I saw that I'm trying to remember what they were as, like, suggestions for what they could do to give a little bit more spice to the cooler. Get that spicy cola in you. I don't remember what it was anymore. Should connect this 18 here somewheres. These have got to be connected for sure. 5, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is it a soda or an energy drink or what? It's bees. Sorry. What does it taste like? Oh, everyone knows that. It tastes like apple cola. It tastes like delicious apples. The refreshing taste of apples. Directly at your doorstep, finally. You've always wanted it. You've been asking for it. Well, now, we're happy to give you apples. Literally no one has ever been able to drink an apple before. Until now. So put your hands together and say, thank you, Splatoon 3. The clock is ticking. Hurry up. Okay, so 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This would go here. Okay. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this apple. Oh. Thought I had something there for a moment. 1, 2... yeah. That's it for this, although I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 5, 6, 7, get rid of this. I have to make hummus tomorrow. I guess I don't have to, but I said I was gonna, and I kept stalling on it because I had other things I had to do this week. And so I don't want the ingredients to go bad, so I have to make hummus and enjoy delicious hummus before I leave the house for a while. You know how it is with hummus. Right? Right? We all know how it is with hummus, yes? Hey, thank you for the tip. I'm gonna assume that's in agreement with my hummus. So my plan tomorrow is to, wake up, get some, banking shit done, make hummus, do more, like, packing and prep for trip.
Oh yes, the pick of Ross.
Think about if I can get greedy and, like, get more, like, recording stuff done before I have to go. And then also try and get greedy and see if I have it in me to do a stream tomorrow. Thank you, Stardust Wishes, for the 32-month resub. Very much appreciated. Never had chickpeas. Huh. I think chickpeas are delicious. Okay, so the 5 would go up this much at most, so we have to get rid of this. And this is the 4 here. This goes here, this 3, this 3, this 3. Hey, speaking of squid, I had some calamari today. It was like frozen calamari from the grocery store sort of thing. It was disappointing. I feel like this happens every time. I'm like, yeah, I'll just get some calamari at the store or whatever and like cook it up and that'll be good. And I'm always disappointed that it doesn't have the taste and texture of fresh calamari. I don't know if I somehow did something completely fucked, even though I'd literally just followed the instructions on the box. It came out wet. Like, the breading was wet. And, somehow separated itself from the squid itself and was mostly just like, I would describe it as analogous to the rings around Saturn, or maybe like you know how like sometimes you'll get an onion ring and it's not like the batter is like super clung to the onion, it's kind of like a tube around it. It's like that, but significantly more wet. It wasn't super appetizing, and so I was, it weren't great, unfortunately. And I'm starting to realize now, maybe a severe case of lunchbox letdown like that is maybe a contributing factor to me being stressed the fuck out today. You know, among other things, but... Sometimes you just have that bad meal and it's like, damn. This is gonna throw me for a loop the rest of the goddamn day. Tried calamari twice in your life. I fucking love squid. I think squid is delicious. Highly recommend you go out and try some delicious squid somewhere. But, squid is the type of thing where it's like... You very much have to try and get it to a specific doneness. And the way I've described, or not described it, had it described is... You either want to kind of underdo it, or you want to extremely overdo it. Like, if you cook down, like, chunks of squid for, like, a while stewed in, like, a tomato sauce kind of thing, like, for a long while, that's apparently really good. If you don't do squid right, it runs the risk of, like, the texture being way fucking bad. Oh, no one here. No one is here. Calamari surprisingly tender if you cook it only briefly and very not hot. Yeah, it's got a delicious chew to it if you do it just right. And I love that texture. It's good. There's a local Greek place that I like ordering from every now and then. And like it always, I don't know why, but it always feels like an event whenever I get it. And I think that's partly because what I do is I order like way too much food on purpose, so that I have like 2 or 3 meals worth of food. No, didn't mean to fill that in. Which I guess is just kind of how I feel about going to a restaurant that is good for getting leftovers. And then getting a lot for leftovers. Like, I feel that way about, like, Indian food as well. Greek food holds up generally really well as leftovers. Indian food holds up generally really well as leftovers. This is a generalization, so of course there are going to be exceptions, but generally that shit's pretty damn good for stick it in the fridge and have a feast later. I saw someone earlier mention swordfish. I've never had swordfish. What's it like? I've never tasted a sword. That sag paneer is good as new no matter what? Yup! Oh, man. Oh, that's that good shit, yeah. You get yourself a little thing of aloo gobi. You get yourself a big thing of aloo gobi. You're gonna be dining like fucking royalty on delicious cauliflower and potato for years to come. Not literally years, but it tastes so good it feels like years. Culinary years. It's kind of like dog years, but more arbitrary. Swordfish is kind of tuna-y. Ooh. Kind of like eating cow. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm entranced by that description. I am enamored by that description. Oh, I'm just thinking about food now. Oh, this 3's all done. I'm very excited for visiting Puzz real soon. It's been such a struggle, and this is the kind of thing where I'm gonna say this problem out loud, and people are probably gonna be like, yeah, fucking of course you of all people have this problem, Holly. On vacation, no less. But, like, it's been such a struggle trying to figure out, like, alright, there's a lot of good places we can go out here to, like, order food and get food. But also, I really like cooking, and I really want to cook with my partner. And it's been such a struggle trying to figure out when the fuck are we gonna cook and what, as opposed to just saying fuck it and going and getting, like, something from a restaurant. And because we're both like this, we're trying to, like, plan out specific days and stuff. It's a good problem to have, yeah, but it is a little funny when I think about it. Get rid of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The one thing that we both sort of decided on was like, all right, we're gonna get like a grocery list together of stuff to have for like at the very least the first week I'm there, and then from there we can figure stuff out as we go. And also we decided, like, the night of our anniversary, we're just gonna go out and eat. That's the day for sure that we're like, ah, fuck it, let's not bother cooking dinner. This 5 is all done. How long have we been dating? It's going to be 2 years in... Fuck, a couple of days by this point, huh? It's one of those things where I gotta, like, think for a little bit and be like, damn, it feels like we've known each other for, like, a fucking year, like, a fucking age. But no, it's really only been, like, this much time, huh? Upon hearing someone has not consumed a good meated loaf, you'll invariably swoosh in there with a good one to prove it can be good. Meatloaf is one of those foods where it's like... There's a lot of mediocre meatloaf out there, but you get that good shit. And that's that good shit. That good shit. It's not quite the same, but it always makes me... It reminds me of whenever I see someone talking about, how they don't like tomatoes. And in my experience, usually what that means is they don't like the taste and texture of, like, tomatoes from a supermarket. Because a lot of supermarket tomatoes are garbage. They're generally, they're kinda off-season swill. And they get, like, this weird kind of mealy texture. And not much in the way of flavor. And every time I see someone say, yeah, I don't like tomatoes, and I ask them, it's like, is that like the only kind of tomatoes you've had? I always urge them, if you can, please try to get like a fresh tomato from like, you know, a local garden or like a farmer's market or something like that. And try one of those. And if you don't like that, that's fine. Then you can safely say you don't like tomatoes. If all you've had is the garbage, it's like, oh my god, please, I'm begging you to try something that isn't the garbage. I really like cherry tomatoes and grape tomatoes. They're real good, as just like little snacking tomatoes, and also they work really good for like quick sauces and like quick cooked down tomato dishes. These have got to be connected. Hey, you think a chip burger for the 19 months?
I'm so sleepy, but I have chamomile.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, 19.
As we go here. Thank you for the 19 months. Sun-dried tomatoes are real good. I feel like one of these days, and I need you to know what I'm about to say, I promise I mean the word pervert in only the most loving and like respectful way possible. I say pervert with nothing but admiration in my heart. But I feel like one of these days I'm gonna move out and become one of those perverts that just like makes all of our own pickles and sauces and mustards and sun-dried things and preserved in oil and stuff like that. I'm gonna become her. Pervert in the way I talk about puzzle perverts, not in the way of like some weird old man ogling you on the street. The honorific pervert, right. The kind of pervert they salute at the end of Metal Gear Solid 3 and dub Big Boss. You know, I thought that in my head, and before I said that out loud, I was like, yeah, there's definitely something to this. And I said it out loud, I don't quite regret it, but I'm kind of thinking, like, what did she mean by this? Thank you, Ash and Prince, for the gift subs. Much appreciated. You've never met a lesbian who doesn't like pickles. I think that's just a funny coincidence more than anything. I do like pickles, though. Pickles are just good. it's like a lot of things where it's like, oh, why do lesbians like pickles so much? Why do trans women like Fallout New Vegas so much? Etc., where it's just like, well, you see, this is because they're things with wide appeal, and a lot of human beings like them. And the people you have described are human beings. Five here. Never met anybody with a taste for prawns you couldn't trust. Oh man, a fucking shrimp is good. Oh, shrimp. Shrimps is maybe one of my favorite seafoods. They're also just good critters. They're very cute. They're cute little things swimming around. 2, 3, 4, 6. There we go. What time is it? 9:17. I should probably not go for too much longer. I'm having fun, but also I'm very low energy today. No, keep clicking the wrong thing. This has been fun though. This has been a fun hang out and chat type of stream. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm gonna be streaming while I'm on vacation. I mean, for the obvious reason of, yeah, I'm mostly gonna be spending time with my partner, but like, I mean, on days where she's like, you know, busy and gotta go to work or anything like that, because there might be a couple days like that. I don't know if I want to futz with her computer and log all her shit out to log my shit in, so I'm probably just gonna take it easy and not do that for the next couple of weeks. I keep confusing weeks with months. I'm not going for 3 months, I'm going for 3 weeks. Gonna hop off for bed? Well, hey, thanks for stopping on by. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Holly casually streaming on Puzz's channel? It would be funny. Now, it would be funny. Wouldn't do it without her permission, mind you, but it would be funny. Can't believe Holly's taking a 3-year vacation to visit Puz. Man, I fucking wish I could do that. But, you know, economically and maybe legally, not viable at the moment. This is probably gonna be one of those things where I worry that it comes off as too mean or anything like that. But it's gonna be one of those things where I say it out loud and everyone's like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm right there with you. But, like, frankly, if I had the kind of money where I could afford to just take a 3-year vacation, fuck it. See you in 3 years. No streams. You know? I love doing this. I love doing what I do. Dog, if I had that type of money, I would take it fucking easy. I would probably still stream, though. This is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 11. Okay. If you had the money to take a 3-year vacation, you would take a 1-year vacation and commission a complete custom suit of armor from head to toe? That's fucking smart. That's fucking smart is what that is. rid of these. Okay. This has to be the 9 here. I forgot about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it is just 9 all down that way. If you had enough money to never have to work a day in your life again, what would you do? That's an easy question. I would take most of that money and I would give it to friends and loved ones that need it. And then I would give it to other people that need it. And then with my last $50 billion to my name, at long last, I would fund research so that people can finally figure out what the Game Boy Advance secret code is. The people need to know. The people need to know Game Boy Advance secret code! Information needs to be free. I do really enjoy the implication, Doc, that the Wu-Tang secret is the Scooby-Doo 2 Game Boy Advance code. I just want to highlight that. I want to enshrine that for future generations. May it always be remembered. This is a 3. Okay, there we go. Hey, thank you, Barrier Trio Bean.
Enter the Dude Tang, 36
The
changes.
Dude Tang! You can't say shit like that, I'm gonna pass away! Thank you for the resub.
Hey, has anyone seen my hat?
Yeah, it's over there.
Huh? This is just a ploy so I can froze you.
Dodges. It was a hologram. Every time I think about that shit, I just think about that one Facebook role-playing post, I wanna say. That's like fucking Tails from Sonic Hog and Sephiroth. Or something like that. And the person doing Tails at some point after getting attacked just says, and I quote, "It was a holograph." Not hologram. Holograph. And that shit has a vice grip on my brain. I think about it so often. Just...
It was a holograph.
He says that 6 hours later because of the timestamps! All these years and I never noticed that! That's really good! Oh, oh man. I never in my entire fucking life noticed that specific part. That's really good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Thank you, Senor Bob, for the 33 months.
I think this one is a turtle.
It'd be a hell of an interesting turtle, if it was. Oh, I fucking love this song. This is one of my favorite songs from the Fract... I'm never sure if it's meant to be pronounced Fract OSC or Fract OS, because it's like an oscillator. Really, really cool, like, puzzle, exploratory, music game. fucking adore that game. One of my favorites of all time. Really, really super striking visuals. Really good soundtrack. This is one of my favorite songs on it. Uh, 6 and 2, the 171. This 3 is done. This has got to be a 2. Thank you, Marth Mega, for the 19 months.
This is sacred.
I don't...
This is Thancred.
Thank you for making me remember
This is Thancred.
Fucking forgot about that one. It's been a hot minute since I thought about This is Thancred. Six go down here. That's not right. That's not right at all. Right, because this can be filled in. Never mind. This wouldn't be crossed out. But because I noticed that, this has to be the 3, which means this would go here. There we go. Puzzle solved. Finished Shadowbringers recently since you only used trusts in it once? You think you avoided This is Thancred? No, it was in like a mandatory instance thing. It's like, do you remember the stealth section with Thancred? Where you had to like go through the one bit in Garlemald where they have like some kind of military encampment thing and you have to have them disable something or other? Wait, no, that's Endwalker! It's an Endwalker. You said Shadowbringers. I got them mixed up. I'm sorry. Well... That's a thing Thancred does, I suppose. I apologize for the extremely context-free spoiler. You'll get to This is Thancred eventually. And then you'll truly understand. Don't care, it's fine? Fair enough. I always try to be mindful of that, even if I'm also of the camp of I don't get too fussed over things like that. This is done, this is done, this is done. 5 and 3, 5, 4, 3 and 4. There we go. Pictopix, what did you mean by this? What did they mean by this? It is starting to get a little late, and I am feeling a little tired. Thank you, Warframe.
Just in time for Holly Jones was busy.
Just in time for goodbyes, unfortunately. I think I am gonna call it here for the night, as it were. But, this was fun. I am not sure if I'll be live tomorrow. I might. If I'm not, then consider this, goodbye for now, I suppose, but also, see you again soon. Like I mentioned earlier, I am going on vacation for 3 weeks as of this coming Saturday, which means certainly no streams during all of that. But it was real fun to do this again, you know? I have missed streaming even if I haven't really been up for it. So, thanks for stopping on by, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves and taking care of the folks around you. I hope to see you again soon. Good night.
pizza. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza.
And any other time, try cheese bites, Dynabites, and hot bites.
So, you want liver and onions, do ya?